Hello and good afternoon. Welcome back to this continued coverage on Lok Sabha counting day today. Counting is presently on for 542 Lok Sabha constituencies across the country. These are leads, but whatever is emerging, it's a picture that has emerged of a resurgent India alliance, which is taking the NDA head on. In fact, contrary to the earlier expectations, the exit poll outcomes, which had indicated a complete sweep for the BJP, but that doesn't seem to be happening. The BJP-led NDA inching closer to 300 mark, hovering around 295, 296. The Congress-led India Alliance crossing the 200 mark, in fact, crossing 220. Thereby, registering an emphatic performance. For the last 1.5 months to 2 months, there have been, predictions that it will be a clean sweep for the BJP, but that doesn't seem to be happening. We've been discussing all through the day these counting the results, the leads which are coming in. We discussed earlier Punjab, Haryana, and now we'll be discussing another important state for the region, the Himachal Pradesh, where 4 Lok Sabha constituencies went to poll today. The counting took place, and the BJP, a big relief for them, considering the results that are coming from other parts of the country. They're leading in all the 4 Lok Sabha seats. And also we'll be discussing the by-election, the results which are coming, which is more important for the state government. Joining me live is my colleague from Shimla, Pratibha Chavan, our Himachal bureau chief. Pratibha, first bring us up to speed with the Lok Sabha data, the number of votes which the parties have won.
Rohit, as expected and as predicted by the exit polls, BJP is all set to repeat its 4-0 clean sweep of 2014-2019. So it will be a hat trick of sorts for BJP by winning all the 3 seats in Himachal. Though the results have not been declared, but it's very clear that BJP is all set to win all the 4 seats. Though the fight has been closest in Mandi, where Kangana Ranaut as of now has a lead of 41,000 seats. So she is all set to win. But the leads in other constituencies like Kangana Lok Sabha is almost 2.3 lakhs. In Shimla, the lead has crossed 86,000, and Hamirpur, the lead is 1.60. So it is very clear that BJP is going to win all 4 seats in Himachal.
Quite a setback for the Congress, especially for Pratibha Singh and also Vikramaditya Singh. In fact, he had gone full throttle with the campaign against Kangana, but eventually Kangana seems to be, comfortably placed now, at least leading by over 30,000. So, what went wrong
Right.
with the Congress there?
See, Congress had been pinning its hopes that it would do well in Mandi and Shimla, but the overriding factor has been the Modi factor. See, if we look at the voting pattern, it is very interesting to see that some of the senior leaders, including Chief Minister himself, BJP has a lead of only 8, Congress has a lead of only 868 votes in the assembly constituency of the Chief Minister himself, which shows that Modi factor was the single most important factor which mattered. Then the Ram Temple issue also did well, and interestingly, the voting patterns for the 4 Lok Sabha and the 6 Assembly is absolutely different, which shows that people voted on national issues for Lok Sabha, and when it came to the 6 assembly bypolls, the people voted on state issues, with Congress having won 3 seats already out of 6 and leading in another one. So out of these 6, Congress is likely to win 4. 3 declared. Congress has won 3. It is likely to win a 4th, and BJP winning 2. So the voting pattern is absolutely different for the Lok Sabha and the state. So that is a very interesting factor to see in Himachal.
Okay. Also, if we talk about the Lok Sabha polls first, there's been a lot of talk about Agniveer making an impact, could impact the BJP, particularly in Kangda areas. But given the fact that from Kangda, the BJP is winning handsomely, Dr. Rajiv Bharadwaj is almost impressive leader for over 1 lakh. So that doesn't seem to have made any impact.
Uh, See, Rohit, it's not absolutely correct, because if you look at the margins of the
Okay.
BJP candidates, The Kangra candidate Kishan Kapoor, the outgoing MP, had won with a margin of 4.77 lakh, which is close to 5 lakhs. And now the margin will be down to, below 2 lakhs for sure.
Mhm. Right.
And similarly in Hamirpur, Anurag Thakur, who will be, winning for the fifth consecutive term, he's all set to, the results are yet to be declared. His winning margin was 3.99 lakh, which is 4 lakh. So his margin is going to be down below 2 lakh. So there is a decline in the vote share of all the four Lok Sabha candidates. There is no denying about that. And Shimla also, Suresh Kashyap had won by almost 4 lakhs. So in Himachal, BJP had won with the highest vote share in the country by polling 70% votes, which was highest in the country. So their margins coming down by almost 2 to lakh does show that somewhere down the line, the Agniveer issue did resonate. But it was the, Modi factor and Modi magic, which is seeing the four BJP candidates through. Because if you look at the leads from the home turf of Chief Minister, Congress has a lead of only 868. Similarly, Jairam Thakur, it was being expected that Kangana Ranaut would get a lead of 20 to 25,000 from Siraj, the assembly constituency represented by Jairam. The lead is only about 12,000. And similarly, CM's constituency, Congress could get a lead of merely 800 votes. So Modi factor was overriding in the Lok Sabha elections, and Agniveer has made a difference, and it'll bring down the winning margins of the BJP candidates to less than half of what was in 2019. So that is an
Okay,
issue.
that would also perhaps explain the kind of push Mr. Modi gave in the run up to the polls. In fact, holding those
Yes,
rallies. So perhaps the party sensing that
absolutely.
some anti-incumbency would have set in.
Absolutely, you're absolutely right. And Modi has an emotional connect with Himachal, and he spent 8 years as in charge of BJP. So he knows people very well, and he calls Himachal his second home, and that seems to have worked very well in favor of BJP.
Right. Right. Pratibha, if we talk about these bypolls, I mean, how
Right.
important were they for the Congress? Because there was not an immediate threat to the Congress, or even if they would have lost the sixth assembly by-election, but it was important potentially for the Chief Minister Sukhu.
Right. The six Congress rebels who had, cross-voted in the Rajya Sabha election on February 27th had eventually defected to the BJP after being disqualified by the Speaker under anti-defection law. So those six people had been fielded by the BJP, ignoring their, loyalist and dedicated party leaders who had represented those places. So BJP, the biggest threat to BJP on all these six seats was the rebel factor. The party cadres are very demoralized that Congress leaders were just, thrust upon them. And as a result, out of the six constituencies, Congress has already won three constituencies of Sujanpur and Hamirpur, Gagret in Una, and Kutleher in Una, and won the tribal seat of Lahore Spiti. So out of four, Congress has won three, and in one in Kutleher, Congress is leading. And BJP is likely to win Dharamsala and Badsar in Hamirpur. So that is very significant. And interestingly, the Sujanpur seat is the same seat where Rajinder Rana, now the BJP candidate and former Congress MLA, had defeated former CM PK Dhumal, who was the declared CM in 2017 elections. So in a way, it is sweet revenge for PK Dhumal. I mean, though Congress has won, but since Rajinder Rana had defeated him, so for Dhumal, I'm sure it is a big relief. But interestingly, BJP got a lead of 12,000 in Sujanpur, where BJP lost the assembly election, which shows that the voting patterns for the assembly and Lok Sabha was absolutely along different lines, and probably the CM's rhetoric about seeking sympathy votes on a failed operation lotus to destabilize his government has somewhere brought the dividends, as Congress is all set to win three it has won already, so it could win four out of the six. So in that sense, the strength of Congress in the assembly will go up from 34 to 38. So even if in a house of 68 they needed 35, so they are up to already 38 with four wins. So and BJP will be up from 25 to 27. And three seats again, we will have three bypolls with the resignation of three, independence being accepted. So there is no threat whatsoever now to Sukhu government. And even if BJP had won all six, even then there would not have been any threat with BJP being up to only 32 31 from 25, and Congress would have been 34. So there was no imminent threat to the Congress government, but their position has now been consolidated. Now they would be at 38 in a 68-member assembly with 3 bypolls to be held.
So for even the Chief Minister Sukhu, this will in fact consolidate his position even within the state unit.
See, it's a mixed bag for the chief minister. No doubt, in the assembly, out of 6, Congress will be winning 4. 3 they have won, but Congress is likely to lose Bursar assembly segment, which is in Hamirpur, adjoining to the CM's home constituency. So he can't solely take credit for that. Had it been for that, then he should have won both seats in his home
Right.
districts of Hamirpur. So that hasn't happened. So it's a mixed bag for CM Sukhu. All 4 seats losing is not good news, and then losing 1 seat in Hamirpur again is not good news. And even in his own assembly segment, he could barely get a lead of 868 for the Congress. So in his his Hamirpur home district, BJP has got a lead of 58,000 total. Anurag Thakur has got. So it's a mixed bag for Sukhu. He can take respite from the fact that there is no threat to his government, and they won 4, but he will have to answer the loss in his own home district and a meager lead of 800 only for Congress in his own home constituency of Nadon. So it's a mixed bag for the
And
chief minister.
any response from the party chief Pratibha Singh? Has he spoken after the results, or they're still waiting for these
No,
results
no,
to
no.
crystallize? They're still these are leads.
No, these are still leads, and it is almost certain that BJP will be leading all 4. But one thing which is noteworthy is that had it not been for Vikramaditya, Kangana would have won with a much bigger margin. So, in the sense that Vikramaditya took on the challenge of contesting when Deputy Chief Minister refused to contest against Anurag from Hamirpur. So, he's given a very good fight, which could have been a cakewalk for Kangana. So, in that respect, he's done a good job. And his mother had also won the bypoll in 2019 with 8,000. So, he's taken on the challenge. So, it's kind of a mixed bag with CM, not doing very well in his district, but at least, the Congress government is now, there is no threat whatsoever. There wasn't, but now they are further consolidated. So, any further onslaught by the BJP, one can't rule out, but they are stronger now.
Okay. Pratibha, I'll keep on coming back to you. In fact, right
Right.
now we're playing out some sound bites of Vikramaditya and Kangana just a while back.
Kangana.
They give these bites. Let's listen in.
वो तो अब जिस इस तरह की जो है वो ओछी बातें करने का उनको खामियाजा भी भुगतना ही पड़ेगा। किसी महिला के बारे में इस तरह की ओछी बातें करना, तो वो तो आज साफ हो रहा है। जिस तरह से हमें लीड मिली है, भारतीय जनता पार्टी को जो लीड मिली है मंडी क्षेत्र से, तो बेटियों का ये अपमान जो है वो बहुत अच्छे तरीके से लिया नहीं है मंडी की जनता ने। और जहाँ तक मेरे मुंबई जाने का सवाल है, खैर मेरी तो ये जन्मभूमि है और मैं यहाँ लोगों की सेवा में तत्पर रहूँगी। और जिस तरह से मोदी जी का सपना है सबका साथ सबका विकास है, उसमें मैंने हमेशा से कहा उनकी सेना बनकर काम करूँगी। तो आई एम नॉट गोइंग एनीवेयर, और हो सकता है किसी और को अपने बस्ते अब पैक करके है वो कहीं जाना पड़े, लेकिन आई एम नॉट गोइंग एनीवेयर।
अच्छे रहेंगे, बढ़िया रहेंगे। अभी तो शुरुआत हुई है और हम तो अभी तक मैंने रिज़ल्ट्स देखे नहीं हैं, अभी तक परिणाम मैंने इनिशियल रिज़ल्ट्स देखे नहीं हैं, मगर अभी तो मैं हनुमान जी का आशीर्वाद लेने आया हूं। मगर ऑल विल बी वेल, और सब बढ़िया होगा और जो कामना करी है वो पूरी होगी।
जिस तरह से जो एग्जिट पोल्स आए थे, जो एक
एग्जिट पोल्स तो ये जो है मैन्युफैक्चर्ड था एक मीडिया द्वारा, गोदी मीडिया द्वारा, तो इसका तो कोई ऑथेंटिसिटी वैसे भी नहीं थी। जो आज रिजल्ट्स आएंगे दैट विल बी द वर्डिक्ट ऑफ द पीपल ऑफ इंडिया, पीपल ऑफ हिमाचल प्रदेश, और उस पर हम आगे बढ़ेंगे।
क्या उम्मीद कर रहे हैं, कितने मार्जिन से आप जीतने वाले हैं मंडी पार्लियामेंट्री सेगमेंट से, और नेशनल पर्सपेक्टिव में क्या?
अब देखते हैं, लेट्स सी हाउ इट गोज, एवरीथिंग विल बी ओके, सब अच्छा रहेगा। शुरुआत अच्छी है तो दिन भी अच्छा रहेगा।
नेशनल
पर्सपेक्टिव में भी अच्छा रहेगा। आई एम श्योर जो आंकड़े हमारे इंडिया गठबंधन के सभी लीडर्स ने अनुमानित किए हैं उसके ऊपर हम खरा उतरेंगे, एंड वी शुड बी कंफर्टेबली इन अ पोजीशन टू फॉर्म द गवर्नमेंट।
वो तो अब जिस इस तरह की जो है वो ओछी बातें।
All right, those were sound bites being played out. Kangana and Vikramaditya, they were the ones who contested from Mandi. Kangana eventually leading from that constituency. If I can go back to Pratibha once again. Pratibha, now, how does these elections play out for senior leaders like Sukhu in the Congress party and Jairam Thakur in the BJP? Pratibha, can you hear me?
Rohit, you're muted.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Now you were
Yeah, yeah.
muted. I couldn't hear a word of it.
Okay, sorry. Actually, wanted to ask you, how do these election results or leads play out for senior party leaders, both in the Congress and the BJP, like Mr. Sukhu and also Jairam Thakur in the BJP?
Right. See, apart from the central leadership and star campaigners in both the Congress and BJP, it was basically an election, where CM versus Jairam Thakur, leader of opposition. CM was accusing BJP of trying to, topple his government, democratically elected government, and Jairam refuted all these charges. So, interestingly, this time, the individual performance of the leaders in their own assembly constituencies has not been very impressive. Chief Minister's constituency of Nadon and Hamirpur, the Congress got a lead of only 868 votes for the Hamirpur Lok Sabha, which is, not great coming from the CM's own home turf. A meager lead of 868 is not good news for the Chief Minister himself. And similarly for Jairam Thakur, it was being expected that Kangana would get a massive lead of 20 to 25,000 from Siraj, the assembly constituency represented by Jairam Thakur, and BJP could get only a lead of 11,700 from Siraj, which is not good considering that Siraj has given 25 30,000 lead to Jairam in the past. So on the individual front they are not doing too good. Similarly, Suresh Kashyap, the outgoing MP from Shimla Lok Sabha, could get a lead of only 452 from his own assembly segment of Pachhad, which he has represented twice. And similarly, Congress MLA from Kasauli, who was the Shimla Lok Sabha candidate, Vinod Sultanpuri, could not even get a lead in Kasauli, whereas BJP has got a lead of 2,200 from the constituency where he's a sitting MLA. So individually, it's not good news for whether it is Jairam Thakur, it is whether Sukhu and Anand Sharma. Yes, we forgot to mention about Anand Sharma. To be fair to Anand Sharma, he was fielded from Kangra, being an outsider, hailing from Shimla. He faced the outsider tag, and probably that was the single most important factor, as a result of which BJP is winning Kangra with the biggest margin. So, he's not familiar with the electoral politics. Anand Sharma has only contested one assembly election in 1984 unsuccessfully. So he was more, a Delhi drawing room leader. So for Anand Sharma also, I mean, though it's along expected lines, but for him also it is bad news. So all the senior leaders have individually not performed well. Party-wise, yes, Lok Sabha BJP has swept, and assembly elections, Congress has done well.
Also, Pratibha, if we look at the issues that were taken up both by the Congress and the BJP candidates as a run-up to the campaign, what did play out during the course of campaign in the state?
Right. See, Rohit, the issues, for the Lok Sabha were national issues, which seem to have worked in favor of BJP. And as far as assembly bypolls are concerned, the local issues mattered more. So, the electorate of Himachal, as has been the case in the past, they are a very politically aware voter. And the today's results have shown that it is not that the Himachal voter will vote whatever the wave is, or so they have voted for PM Modi. And in the run up to the elections we had done stories that the slogan of ek vote PM ke liye, ek CM ke liye was resonating especially in Hamirpur. And it has exactly gone along those lines, because people have voted for Nurag in Hamirpur, and all 4 Lok Sabha going to the BJP, ensuring that Modi is the Prime Minister for a 3rd term, and Lok Sabha and the Assembly, Congress has won 4, so thereby showing that they wanted CM Sukhu to continue. So it is like ek vote PM, ek vote CM. So it is Ram Mandir, Modi factor, which has worked single-handedly in favor of BJP for the Lok Sabha. And if we talk of the assembly bypolls, 6 assembly bypolls, the failed operation Lotus by BJP, which according to Congress, they accused BJP of trying to topple the government, seems to have worked, with CM saying, Jan bal ki ladai dhan bal ke saath. So that seems to have worked, and Agniveer seems to have damaged BJP, because the leads with which the 4 BJP candidates are winning is even less than half of what it was in 2019. And then the old pension scheme also worked in favor of Congress yet again, because there was a fear amongst employees that, I mean, even a slightest possibility of Congress government being toppled in Himachal, OPS would be stopped. So OPS and failed Operation Lotus worked in favor of Congress, and Agnipath damaged and reduced the margin of BJP candidates, but riding high on the Modi wave and Ram Temple, Congress, BJP swept all the 4 seats in Lok Sabha.
Pratibha, will the first timer Kangana Ranaut find a place in the ministerial in the cabinet?
Rohit, maybe it sounds far-fetched right now, but you cannot completely rule out the possibility, because there is no denying that Kangana is highly ambitious. And though she would not admit on record, but the murmurs in Sarkaghat, which is where her family lives, and she hails from village Bhambla, there is already talk of Kangana being inducted into the union cabinet. So Anurag will have to watch, because, not openly, but considering Kangana's ambitions, you never know.
You never know. In fact, the star value she brought into elections in Himachal this
Himachal.
time. Uh, in fact, our correspondent Dipender Manta just a while back sent in a ground report from Mandi, the constituency from where Kangana contested. Take a listen.
Mandi parliamentary seat, which is a hot seat since beginning when BJP has filled it, actress Kangana Ranaut from Mandi seat against Congress candidate Vikramaditya Singh, who is sitting PWD minister in the state government. As today, poll counting started at Sanskriti Sadan in Mandi town, starting of poll outcome showing lead to the BJP candidate Kangana Ranaut. As we have the detail of third round counting of votes, which is showing Kangana is heading from the Congress candidate 18,615 votes. Counting processes continue going on at Sanskriti Sadan. We are waiting for the final outcome of the results, which will be shared with you as soon as possible. Thank you.
All right, that was Dipender Manta on the ground sending us this report talking about Kangana, her likely victory. She's leading, as we've been mentioning, she's leading Mr. Vikramaditya Singh by a margin of over 35,000 votes. Pratibha, if I can again go back to you to talk about the Himachal BJP, you must have spoken to the leaders there. What is the mood prevalent? They have won 4 seats, but on the assembly front, the by-elections, there seems to be setback. What do the leaders say?
It's like, the BJP will draw consolation from the fact that, they've repeated 2014 and 19. But the fact is that, in Himachal, whether it was for the politicians, Congress, BJP, or for the, general voter in general, there was greater interest in the 6 assembly bypolls than in the Lok Sabha. So for BJP, it is certainly a setback, because, they denied Congress allegations of, trying to topple Sukhu government. So, by winning 4 seats, CM and the Congress has proved that the voters has rejected turncoats of, the politics of Ayaram and Gayaram. Say, for example, Rajinder Rana, who has lost from Sujanpur in Hamirpur district. So, he won as an independent initially, then he joined the Congress. He won 2 elections from the Congress, then he joined the BJP. So, there is an outright rejection of, turncoats by the electorate, which is good news for the democracy. In fact, I would say, leave aside Congress or BJP, it is good news for democracy. That, you try to defy the mandate of the voter by switching sides. So the voter has defeated such people, and 4 of the 6 Congress rebels have lost. So in that respect, BJP will be very, very unhappy, because BJP was itching to somehow win all these 6, and BJP leaders including Jairam Thakur, their party president Rajiv Bindal, had been reiterating that several Congress MLAs are still in touch with them, and some more would be joining them. So I think that is a setback to their claims, because if out of 6, 4 are losing, that is a shot in the arm for the Congress. So Congress is upbeat that they have won 4 of the 6 seats. So bad news for BJP, and they would be demoralized with that, certainly.
Did they underestimate the kind of anger that was brewing up on the on this state assembly by-election? Did they underestimate the anger that was growing up because of these people deserting the party and switching over?
Rohit, the biggest factor which went against BJP for the 6th Assembly bypoll was, the cadres were very demoralized. The 2 rebel candidates jumped into the fray, one in Dharamshala, where BJP is winning, and the other is Lahore Spiti, where a 3-time BJP MLA and a former BJP minister Ramlal Markanda jumped into the fray. BJP was familiar with this threat of undercutting by the rebels, but then it was a policy decision taken by the BJP High Command to give tickets to all 6. So the state leadership had practically no say in the 6 Congress rebels being fielded by the BJP. So in that sense, they had no choice but to go along, and outwardly it appeared that BJP, took along like Virender Kanwar and Gagret and Rajesh Thakur, who had contested the last elections to, join the campaign. But this clearly shows that the party cadres who were ignored, and leaders, who were former ministers and MLAs whose claims was ignored to give preference to 6 Congress turncoats, it clearly showed that, people worked against them. So it is a signal even to the party that, you cannot impose party hoppers and just make them contest the election. So it is a rethink for the BJP, and a food for thought that like there is a slogan, Bhajpa ka Kongresikaran. So that is a slogan which is catching up in Himachal, that out of 68, if 6 Congress rebels are inducted, and talk of more Congress rebels, Congress MLAs quitting and joining BJP. So that will leave the BJP cadres demoralized. So this is a signal for BJP wake up call that, do not ignore your own leadership at the cost of turncoats.
Right, Pratibha, thank you so much. As you mentioned, that BJP ka Kongresikaran, that the BJP should be aware of that when we go into these more by-elections in the months to come, because 3 independents, they have resigned, so we'll have more by-elections. So both the parties will have to consider that. We'll just listen into what the Himachal BJP leader had to say just a while back.
एक बार फिर से पूरे देश ने श्री नरेंद्र भाई मोदी जी के नेतृत्व के ऊपर मुहर लगाई है। स्पष्ट बहुमत के साथ भारतीय जनता पार्टी एनडीए गठबंधन सरकार बनाता हुआ दिखाई दे रहा है, और हिमाचल प्रदेश के अंदर 4 की 4 सीटें जबरदस्त वोटों के साथ लीड कर रही, यानी कांगड़ा और हमीरपुर लगभग 2 लाख के मार्जिन के साथ जीतते हुए दिखाई दे रहे हैं, जबकि मंडी और शिमला 1 लाख के आसपास के मार्जिन से जीतते हुए दिखाई दे रहे हैं। यानी हिमाचल प्रदेश में कांग्रेस की सरकार है। पूरी सत्ता का दुरुपयोग, पूरी शक्ति का उपयोग और धन बल का उपयोग और कर्मचारियों को धमकाना, डराना, कैंडिडेट्स के ऊपर विभिन्न प्रकार के मुकदमे दर्ज करना, उनको अनेक प्रकार से एंटेंगल करना, उसके बावजूद भारतीय जनता पार्टी 4 की 4 सीटें और लोकसभा की जीत रही हैं। ये नरेंद्र भाई मोदी जी और भारतीय जनता पार्टी की स्पष्ट जीत है, और हिमाचल प्रदेश की वर्तमान कांग्रेस सरकार की बहुत करारी हार है। सुखविंदर सरकार की पर्टिकुलर ऐसी हार है जिसको जिसका उत्तर उनके लिए देना बनता नहीं है। और शाम तक परिणाम और स्पष्ट हो जाएंगे। आज हिमाचल प्रदेश के जनमानस ने मोदी जी के नेतृत्व पर भारतीय जनता पार्टी के राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष श्री जगत प्रकाश नड्डा जी के कार्यशैली के ऊपर स्पष्ट रूप से मोहर लगाई है और कांग्रेस की जो 1.5 साल की कार्यशैली है उसको सिरे से नकार दिया है अभी तक के ये परिणाम।
Well, an upbeat BJP after winning these after leading in these 4 Lok Sabha constituencies, but major reverses for them in the by-election, as Pratibha has been mentioning, losing some of the important seats, and Chief Minister Sukhu, a big shot in the arm for him. His government becomes much more stable after the results of these by-elections are announced. They won 3, they're leading in 1 more, so that leaves the Sukhu government completely safe. So that's the kind of the reverse have suffered in this assembly by-elections. But as far as the Lok Sabha polls are concerned, all the 4 seats going to the BJP on a day when the party seems to have suffered major reverses in other states like Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra. In Uttar Pradesh, Samajwadi Party and the Congress, the alliance, the India opposition alliance, churning out a remarkable performance, contrary to what the exit polls had suggested. The BJP are not really doing quite that well. The India Alliance, scoring more than, winning more than 200 or leading in more than 220 seats. The BJP led NDA inching closer to the 300 mark, and we're expecting the Prime Minister Narendra Modi to win these elections and be re-elected as the Prime Minister for 3rd consecutive time. We'll keep on providing you all the updates through the day. We have been providing you insights into these results or leads which have emerged in Punjab, Haryana, in Delhi, in Himachal Pradesh just a while back. You can log on to our website tribuneindia.com and also follow us on our other social media handles like Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. Meanwhile, thanks for watching.